Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. Today you join me back on Linke Rheinstrecke in the 1984 timetable in the DRG BR194 Krokodil by Train Sim Germany. Today we are going to be doing a full run of the Linke Rheinstrecke route all the way from here at Koblenz Hauptbahnhof down to Mainz Hauptbahnhof. So yeah, today we are hauling the DBB Falns wagons. These were originally introduced with the Ruhr-Sig Nord route. As you can tell, it is a tad of an older model, but they have received a slight livery change to represent their older Deutsche Bundesbahn counterparts, because, yeah, we are technically still in West Germany in this time period, and reunification is still, but it is a dream, so yeah. Let's hop in, let's get started. Hopefully Inducey won't throw us a curveball like it usually does. So let's apply some Linke brake. Let's get the blowers to slow. Compressor on. Reverser forward. Safeties. Online. There we go. Alright. Pantographs coming up. Alright, Alright. Circuit breaker is set. This is a very fiddly control. I know it's realistic, but I don't like it. It's very easy to trip the circuit breaker so you don't have anything anymore. Power controller. Alright, instrument lights on. Alright. Mainz siding 60 in 62 kilometers. Sound the whistle. Release the loco brake. However, I know the speed limit is going to be higher than that, but we are limited to a 90 kilometers an hour today by the Krokodil because it's slow at 1940s, so I do love the 1984 Linke Rheinstrecke timetable. Absolutely brilliant. That's not brilliant, it's the visibility I get out of this thing. Absolutely atrocious. Like, look at that. Alright, we do have a 40 limit coming out of the Koblenz yard, and we are going to have a 40 limit until we leave Koblenz. So I will have to keep an eye on our speed. Knock the speed back, knock the throttle back a tad. Or this power controller, otherwise known as the back breaker. I don't know who calls it that, but I do. Because, like, cranking this thing manually must be an absolute chore and a half. I gotta watch out for any signals showing anything other than full green, because then Inducey will go off, and we all know we wouldn't want that, now would we? Oh yeah. What an absolute beautiful machine the Krokodils are in this game. Well, we've got 3 of them now, which is pretty impressive. We've got the OBB 1020 from Mittenwaldbahn, which is in the blood orange livery. Then we've got the this DRG BR194, and then the E94088 preserved modern day rail tour Krokodil, also from the same pack as this. So yeah, this is developed by Train Sim Germany, who as usual. Oh, for goodness sake! Bloody useless. Sorry, but Inducey just makes me curse. Look how the DB Mint coaches and the Silberlingers from Mittenwaldbahn go together in formation. How cool is that? Anyway, enough cursing, let's get moving. Where's the quick off switch? There it is. Let's give her some welly. See what I meant about Inducey sometimes being an absolute pain in the rear end? This is one of those times, really. So yeah, we are actually at a little yard to the northwest of, yeah, Koblenz Mosel yard, and then we have to go through Koblenz, Bahnhof, and you can see why this is not allowed to be on Gen 8 consoles, because that is a lot of rolling stock. Holy. No one, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Gen 8 consoles had an absolute terrible time trying to run this. Alright, easy does it. Don't want, yeah. So there's a BR628 off of the Talbot, my favorite DMU in the game. With the other two being the BR612 from Dresden to Chemnitz and the BR642 from, what is it? Mein Talbot, that was the one. What? Oh, speaking of which, as I'm taping this, just yesterday, a BR612 operated by DB crashed near Stuttgart. It was a sewage overflow caused the part of a track to be washed away, and the 612 hit it at speed and derailed. Rest in peace to all the victims. But yeah, oof. Sorry, I shouldn't have started on such a... This is much too heavy a topic for a TSW video. My apologies, viewers. Yeah, like, look at all that stock. Do you think Gen 8 would be able to run that? Oh no. It'd probably have a look at this and say, right, I'm out. Just doing CTD, crash to desktop. That is a lot of stock. Fair play, Trains in Germany. I think this is the busiest I've ever seen Koblenz. And I've already travelled through here multiple times in the 1984 timetable. One of the annoying things about the 1984 timetable, which TSG couldn't do anything about, is the BR110 is still in the Orient Red livery from the OG 1997 timetable, despite the fact that in 1984 Orient Red wasn't even a thing on the drawing board. So yeah. So it is technically inaccurate to have an Orient Red locomotive on this time period, but it doesn't appear Dovetail were willing to give it delivery. Alright, okay, we are clear up to 90 kilometers an hour, so let's give her some extra welly, shall we? We'll be stuck at 90 for most of the majority of the... Most of the majority doesn't make any sense, Matthew. Anyway, we'll be stuck at 90 for most of this trip. So yeah, I've noticed there's like two different freight formations that the BR194 can drag on this route. Either it's a mixture of the GBS box van and the TADGS hopper wagon, or it's just a rake of entirely Falns hopper wagons like we've got here. Alright, let's give this some extra juice. I think like notch 180 is like our top throttle. Alright, let's give her just full welly. Actually, never mind. That's way too close to getting into the red. Ah! Wonder what services we'll see today. Passing through. Yeah. Also today, I am tracking my trip on Third Rails, the program that allows Train Sim World and Train Sim Classic players to track their trips if they're on Steam. So, this is not sponsored or anything. I'm not affiliated in any way with the developers, but I just want to give them a shout out because I think this is a really cool program. Sadly, if you're on anything other than Steam, you can't use it. Sadly, but all right, already approaching line speed. Well, not line speed, top speed of 90 kilometers an hour. I'm not surprised these things are limited to 90 because they're not exactly spring chickens even in 1984. These things were built during the mid-Second World Wars, and like the mid-40s, so they'd be nigh on approaching half a century old at this time period. So, alright, let's cut. One thing I do like about this power controller is you do get a lot of controllability on what throttle you want. Yeah, and yeah, we haven't got any like we haven't got any like the need to go into like any crossing loops or anything. So yeah, we've already started following the Rhine River. You can definitely tell this is an older route though. No LiDAR scenery, that's the norm for today's routes. The only reason I got Linke Rheinstrecke is for the vintage rolling stock. I really couldn't care less about the scenery. Like, well, the scenery is not exactly the best. But yeah, I didn't buy Linke Rheinstrecke for the scenery. I bought it for the lovely retro rolling stock. Actually, no, let's do like a proper fly past shot. Why don't we? Oh, my camera's blocking cars. Sorry. I know it's Germany and you're not supposed to blow your horn or whistle for railway crossings, but I just like doing that because it makes me feel good. We do have a lot of empty Falns wagons on the back today. And what's annoying is we're not going 57 kilometers in a straight line. Oh no, we have to follow the twisting and turning of the Rhine River almost all the way there. So we've got far more to go than 56 kilometers. Apologies for the flickering. I was just checking to see if OBS was working because I'm quite paranoid about that, having had problems with OBS. I'll start recording with OBS and then get panicky about whether it's actually recording or not. Just in case. There we go. Because yeah, Ducey is it's much more of a pain than PZB, and I don't know why. I've never really gotten my head around Ducey. Well, PZB is just a walk in the park for yours truly. Passing through Rennes. Oh goodness. Okay. I wonder if we're overtaking anything in this crossing loop. Oh, there's a Wagon cab car. An entirely DB Mint lineup of N-Wagons. What service was that? That is the Mainz to Koblenz. Oh, that's very helpful. And then we've got we've got another 194 coming up. I'll probably take a picture of that. Alright, let's give it some extra weather. I haven't had any CIFA buzzers yet. That makes me feel pretty good. It's all been just me catching CIFA before it has a chance to buzz, which makes me feel very good. Yeah, there she is. Is it another Falns wagon loadout? Yes, it is. And now! There we go. Yeah, that's gotta be good. Let's add a tad of motion blur, why don't we? Actually, no, not motion blur yet. Let's get some depth of field going. I love messing around with photo mode, man. And let's get a tad of motion blur going. 50% is like the max. After that, after 50%, it begins to look weird. There we go. Oh, I forgot how it was. How it was a SIFA horn rather than a SIFA buzzer. I must say I do prefer the SIFA horn to the SIFA buzzer. Though I do think that my favourite SIFA tone is probably off the DBBR193 Vectron. Well, any version of the Vectron for that matter, doesn't matter if it's DB or not. Right, let's cut some back some throttle. Passing through Spey. At least I think it's Spey. We've got a railway on the other side of the river. Is it modeled in game? Huh. According to... Okay. In the modern day, there's actually a railway on the other side of the river as well. Interesting. Yeah, the scope of the pack that includes the BR194, this BR194, is a bit bigger than what I would consider to be within the scope of a gameplay pack. Honestly, I think calling it a gameplay pack really doesn't do justice to the scale of the pack. So basically, what you get in the pack is the DRG BR194, along with the GBS box van and the aforementioned Falns wagons, recycled from Burris Ignored, but in new livery. And then you also get, oh, what was it? You also get the pre-war passenger, coach, which is called the Wagon. Then you also get a new timetable for Linke Rheinstrecke set in 1984, which is the one we're in. That also includes a bunch of layers from other routes like Mittenwaldbahn, Niddetalbahn, the BR218 from Trains in Germany, which got a new DBB blue and cream livery specifically for this timetable. I'm really, and then also you get the E94088 rail tool locomotive, and a couple of scenarios for Falns, Ludwigsbahn, Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. Despite, I don't have Mannheim to Kaiserslautern, and I still got this pack. So, yeah, the scope of this pack is really... I know, like, the two Krokodils are recycled from the OB... Technically recycled, since we already had the OBB 1020 in the game, but the list of changes are extensive. And they accurately match their real-life counterparts, and aren't just, like, it isn't, like, a terrible recreation either. So, I would recommend this pack. Anyone who has Linke Rheinstrecke and the other retro German stuff in the game, like the BR218, Mittenwaldbahn, Niddetalbahn, I can highly recommend this pack. And as of recording, this is the latest Train Sim Germany product, though. Another is on the horizon with the Expert 101 on Kassel to Würzburg gameplay pack coming out soon. July 31st, I think it is. I'm pretty excited for that pack. Because A, it's more Expert 101 gameplay, and I love being a good Expert 101. And then number 2, Expert 101. Yeah, and then we also get some runs with the Intercity Sturwagen Cab Car, which is pretty cool. We'll also get some light loco runs, some scenarios that introduce new things like that we've never seen before. For example, one of the scenarios will have track ripped up, which I don't think we've had before in a scenario. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to complain, like, you already need 2 quite expensive add-ons in order to make this work. What's the value? For me, getting more Expert 101 gameplay and also getting more stuff to do with the Expert 101. I already said that. Passing through Buckhard Hop Buttons, by the way. Then, what was it? I'm trying to remember what the other thing was. Oh yes, the brand new timetable. The timetable for Kassel to Würzburg is getting a complete rework with a ton, like 8 ton of new AI services, and also a bunch of new 101 services, and apparently the OBB 1116 from Semmeringbahn layers in. It is quite a comprehensive timetable, so yeah, and it's only going to cost like £8, €9 at full price. So I personally say it was worth it, but I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with me in the comments section. But for me personally, anything Train Sim Germany is probably worth it full price. I'd say except the Expert 101, which despite its high fidelity has a very steep asking price. And mind you, I know this is probably an issue that can be argued until the end of time as to whether an add-on is quote-unquote value or not, but I just think that that at full price, the Expert 101 is too expensive. But if you could get it on a sale, anything above 40% I would consider to be a good deal for the Expert 101. We're overtaking traffic. That makes me feel good. We've only covered about a quarter of the way to Bingen, which is like the end of the Rhine running section. After that it gets a lot straighter down to Mainz. Also, one layer which hasn't been taken, the only layer which I don't have, is that the BR420 is apparently going to lay onto this route. For those who don't know the BR420, it's up-and-coming DLC by Train Sim Germany for Frankfurt S-Bahn. So basically adding older Frankfurt S-Bahn rolling stock to the game, which is pretty cool. And it's been teased for years. They originally announced it like 5 years ago that it was going to be for Hauptstrecke München to Augsburg, which is a bit nuts when you think about that. I think this is the first time I've ever mentioned Hauptstrecke München to Augsburg on recording. Anyway, passing through the town of Bad Salzig. Anyway, where was I? The BR420 is going to, according to the layers list for this timetable, it is apparently going to layer onto this route in some capacity. Now, I know this hasn't been confirmed, but what I speculate is that we're going to get an older Frankfurt S-Bahn. An older Frankfurt S-Bahn. BR4 version of the 420. All we've seen so far is the modern version, but hey, TSG can easily make a backdated version and then plop it onto Linke Rheinstrecke. I've also noticed that it also will layer onto the Linke timetable, so everyone's favorite German route finally getting an upgrade. Yeah, I do love the Linke. If you want to do like express passenger runs on this route, I know we haven't seen it yet, but the BR103 and the DBB BR111 can couple up to the Rheingold coaches off of Mittenwaldbahn and do that. So extra juice. Oh, bang my mouse, sorry. I know I often do long freight runs on this channel, but I thought I had to make an exception for the 194. This is a fun unit to drive. Passing through wherever this is, I can't remember. Hang on. Passing through Hyosenach. FPS isn't doing too well. I cut back. One thing you might have noticed recently is my frames are doing better after I massively cut down on the number of mods I'm using, but in some cases that just doesn't seem to have helped. Ugh. Oh well. SIFA's going off. Wait a minute. You're not a 1980s design. Where have you come from? It's a boat. It's a Back to the Future boat. Not, you know what I mean. Like, it's a time-traveling boat. They must have just copied and pasted that asset from one of the more modern German routes. Ugh. One of the packs, to go on to a different topic, but still trade sim world related. One of the routes I'm still, packs I'm still looking forward to that we haven't gotten yet is the HST commemorative livery pack from Grub Dog Games for Great Western Express. Adding a bunch of like these special liveries to the HSTs. Apparently that's going to be like released at the same time as the remaster, so yeah, we just have to wait for the remaster for that to come out. And by the way, if you're wondering who Grub Dog Games is, it's literally Dovetail Games' own Liam, who's the guy behind all of the remasters we've gotten in the game so far, mainly of West Somerset Railway, Cathcart Circle Line, and the yet-to-be-released Great Western Express. Passing through St. Boar. Goodness gracious. Why are my frames just dropping? Yeah, I think that is a thing with like Rheinstrecke. It does have many more frame drops than I'm used to, so I'm guessing that with the new timetable it doesn't like it very much. Oh well. Probably should have the cab light off. Yeah. I think, yeah. Another thing which I'm looking forward to, but isn't even on the roadmap yet, is the, what is it? There's another BR194 with Falns. Another thing which I'm looking forward to, which isn't even on the roadmap yet, is the, what is it? I'm trying to remember. The Clinchfield Railroad Remaster. I was trying to remember. Clinchfield Railroad Remaster that Dovetail's very own Matt Pedalston, the executive producer, is making. I do love Me to Clinchfield Railroad because it's the only 20th century American route currently in the game, and I do like me some retro American freight stuff. I definitely prefer that to the modern stuff. Gracious, my frames are just dropping. Oh, there's a 103. That's probably why. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Oh well. Whoa, what was that? What, was that a 111? Sorry, you probably saw. Oh, it's another 103. Two 103s back to back within a minute of each other. Holy. No wonder my frames were dropping. Loading all those NPCs in. Oof. .40 kilometers to go, but remember that is in a straight line and not accounting for wiggle. So yeah, we've only covered about half of the river section. So basically this route is split into two parts. There's this section from here, from Mainz to Bingen, where it's basically like normal, just a German express route. And then from Bingen to Koblenz is just river running with a much oh goodness, much lower speed limit. Brakes. Shut it down. Coming up on Oberwessel. What do you think about any German speakers here? Would you please rate my German pronunciation, because, you know. Alright. Frame rates, that's not too good. Why? It must be something in my settings, like, I got rid of a ton of the mods. What could be causing this? What's my view distance? Medium? Thinking I can fix that anyway. There's some of the GBS box fans, along with a BR365 and a 194. So yeah, this little chappy layers in the top on. Wonder, is that one night? Are those two just static, or do they actually have services you can do? Okay, so the Mainz to Oberwessel. Okay, so yeah, it appears that 365 is static, but the 194 isn't. So that's good. Oh goodness. Come on, let's get some Buvo. Still green, that's good. Hopefully I'm not holding anyone up. That'd be bad. No, it appears whoever made this timetable made it well. I'm not holding anyone else up, and that's a good thing because I'm stuck at 90 for the entirety of the rest of the trip. Despite the older / crappier scenery, there are some bits where this route does look beautiful like that. The Rhine River is what really sells this route. Especially since we don't have this route in this time period in TS Classic, since, mind you, Linke Rheinstrecke is in TS Classic, but it's just a modernized version with a Stadler built EMU. But yeah. Okay. Frame rate seems to be holding steady at like 24 frames per second. Oof. Let's cut the throttle back a bit. Cancel that CFA from annoying us. There we go. I think one thing that's causing the frame rate issues is all of those trees. And plus, Linke Rheinstrecke never ran well in the first place. goodness. Passing through Baccarat. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, there's another service approaching. It's another BR194 with some wagons. Nice. More Falns wagons. Both BR194s we've passed have had the Falns wagons. Oof. How much further have we got of the river running? Yeah, still quite a bit further. At least you don't have any I can't remember what the term is, but yeah, you know, the where we have to get shunted into the side and have to wait for another express train to go by. Just have to get all the way to Mainz. No question to ask. So this is like the midpoint of the route, Bingen am Rhein. So let's see, 30 services passing us before we get to Bingen. Okay, we do have a train ahead of us. It is the Koblenz to Ludwigshafen, which I think is an express. And then at Bingen we've got the Freudenstadt to Dortmund, and whoever this guy is, yeah, depot move. Oh, goodness. Good thing the loco brake is so powerful on these things. That is one thing I love about the Krokodils. Just even the loco, I don't really have to use any other brake most of the time. The loco brake just suffices and that's good because, well, I don't like using the train brake because it takes longer to release. Alright, coming up on Niederheimbach. I know not too many English speakers are fond of the German stuff, but I love the German stuff in this game, if I'm being honest. Especially since I've got my head round PZB, LZB, and mostly in Ducey. As you can tell, I'm not exactly to have the hang of it Ducey, but I still love driving the German content. When I got this game, I originally thought that it was going to be Britain and the US that I'd be driving for, but it seems to be Britain and Germany. I think like the first route I ever got in this game was German now. I think that the first route I ever got was Niedertalbahn, which was a present from my grandpa, as a matter of fact. So shout out to him, you're awesome. Yeah, and I think that was with Great Western Express. So yeah, Niedertalbahn and Great Western Express were the first routes I ever purchased. I got Train Sim 3 Deluxe Edition and then purchased those two routes. So yeah. And honestly, like, I do not regret getting either of them, even though Great Western Express is not exactly the highest quality route in the game. I still like enjoy running on it from time to time, especially since Cargo Line Volume 4 became a thing. And especially with the remaster coming soon, I cannot wait for the remaster for Great Western Express, man. If I hadn't made that clear already, like Dovetail should not have put it off to TSW6. There were signs it was ready, and yet Dovetail put it off to TSW6. Which is, in my opinion, absolutely disgraceful. Like, they should have released the Great Western Express Remaster. And like, that Great Western Express Remaster will probably become one of my most played routes in this game. Because I'm a big fan of the Great Western Main Line. I've been on the Paddington to Reading line many times in real life, so I know it well, and to have it in having it in TSW is nice right now, yes, but it's just annoying that it's such a low quality version. If we could have like a better quality, like having a remaster done to it is a dream come true. Like, seriously. FPS is still dropping. "30 kilometers to Mainz, coming up on the town of Trechtingshausen. Not too much farther to begin, just a few kilometers. Haven't had the Sifa horn go off in a bit. That's good. Oh! What timing? What timing? Brilliant. So what is that? I think that was the, what is it? Freudenstadt to Dortmund. Yeah, we saw that one parked at Bingen before. Another thing that got put off to TSW6, which should definitely not have been put off, was High Iron Simulations Cajon Pass Pack. It looked, a couple of months ago, they were showing, High Iron was showing us screenshots that basically showed it up, like, ready for release. And yet, nothing. Just gets put off to TSW6 as if nothing's happening. There is a Wagon cab car. Coming up on Bingen Rhein Hauptbahnhof. the first, I'd say 2/3. Come on. For goodness sake, my mouse wheel has just about had it. It was never good to begin with, but holy, it can't zoom in or out anymore. Yeah, we've completed about 2/3 of our run for today once we've passed Bingen. Which it's a bit like Semmeringbahn in that way. Like 2/3 of the Semmeringbahn is Metzuschlag to Glognitz, and then there's a high-speed running section to what is it? I'm trying to remember. Wiener Neustadt Hauptbahnhof is the name I was looking for. Wait a minute, are those wagons on my track? No, they're not. Phew! It was just an illusion that they looked so close to my track. Alright. Ooh, we do have a red signal coming up. What's that? What's the cause of that? Do we have a train ahead of us? No, it doesn't look like it. Odd. Coming up on Bingen Rheinstrecke. Green. Kilometers to go, and the difference is it is mostly in a straight line, whereas before we were wiggling around following the Rhine River. So that's good. We definitely need to hop on over to Mainz. Why did I take so long to think of mine in the name Mainz? Holy. Oh, there's another BR194 with Falns. Did I just get an achievement? I think I did, but I didn't notice what it was. Probably have to go back in the editing and find out which one that was. Passing through Gulsheim. red signal coming up. Oh, I see you. The Koblenz to Ludwigshafen is in my way. I'm just going to continue going at the same speed. He'll have to get his. Alright, I'm just going to have to hold acknowledge and release until after we're past this. What? I held it! I held it! You I hate Ducey. You see why I hate Ducey? I absolutely hate Ducey. Oh, green signal. Is there a way I can maneuver the drone camera so I can see inside where the tap changer is? Surely there is a way so I can actually see the tap changer in action. Not this window. No. Oh, you can just see it right there. So if I can... So yeah, if I move it, if I move the tap changer, look at that, that's nuts. How cool is that? Give us some beans. Yeah, we're stuck behind that guy. Arg. Come on, buddy. Let's get out of here. Wonder where his next stop is. Yeah, he's our... Oh, is he stuck behind someone else? Doesn't seem so. Seems the line from Bad Kreuznach just joined on. So this is where you can start running this is Gal Algesheim, where you can start running the playable passenger services with the BR628 or the BR218. And then I think the BR218 also does the occasional freight run as well. Buddy, let's get moving. Oh, yes! The Koblenz to Ludwigshafen has been stopped! Yes! Does that... Yes! We've been rounded ahead of him, yes! Okay, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Come on, brilliant machine. Let's go. That does mean we'll have to put our foot down and go as fast as possible because we're literally going in front end and passenger service, so that means, yeah, we can't hold them up too much, I hope. Oh, wait, has he been given clearance? Oh, he's just going up to that red signal. Come on. There's another 194. With yet another rake of Falns wagons. Why? Why haven't I seen any with GBS or TADGS wagons? It's a bit ridiculous. What are the odds that I choose a service with so many Falns services coming the other way? A bit nuts, really. Alright, there's the passenger service that we're holding up. Loser. Okay, it's Silberlinge coaches. Silberlinge and Wagons. And it is a 111. Oh, that thing's literally capable of more than twice my top speed, but I'm getting rather ahead of it. Lol. That's so funny. $14 kilometers to go. Come on. We're almost there. We've almost completed it. There's Heidesheim, and then Uetleborn, and Budenheim, and then we start getting into the yard at Mainz proper, apart from one station, which is Mainz-Mombach. Oh, that was close. Literally, the brakes have started applying. Hang on, I think I've got an idea to fix my performance issues. You might experience some temporary issues. There we go. Did that do it? If it did, maybe it's slight, but yeah, not. Dang it. I was hoping that whatever I just did fix the issue. But hey, sometimes you just can't win. Wow, that 7518 empty boost service absolutely booking it. Holy. Is the... what is it? Called Blends to Ludwigshafen. He's still stuck by me! Lol. He's supposed to be going 140 and he's stuck at 90. Oh dear. I forgot how loud those end wagons could be if you really were going quickly. Holy, how fast are you going? You're going 140. Holy. Coming up on Heidesheim. Rheinstrecke is probably one of my favourite stations. A really nice station building. $10 kilometers to go. quickly, just to try to get back up toward line speed. Passing through Uthlerborn, there's a little, I think that's the 365 parked on the right. Some wagons over there. Ah. What's this surface? It is the... Oh, it's heading off the map. Passing through Budenheim. Wait a minute, I just want to find out if... Yeah, 6537. Oh. So yeah, that surface behind us is not stopping there. 6 kilometers to run. This from Zurich to Hamburg. So yeah, we're going to get just before Mainz Hauptbahnhof and then we'll park up in the yard. There's the Zurich to Hamburg. Just under 4 kilometers to go. And let's see, we have still got the Koblenz to Ludwigshafen stuck behind us. Ha! No sympathy. Okay, speed limit does go down to 60 in a minute. Alright. 1 kilometer to go until the 60 limit, so I'll cut the power. Nearly didn't catch that Ducey in time. Holy. Oh wow, bounce. I'll just hold it for a bit. I know the tone could probably get annoying, but hey. No, you don't. 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 No, you silly train. See what I meant about me not liking it, Ducey at all? Aye! No, you don't. No. No. Ah, you silly train. You silly train. Bloody Ducey. Sorry, I don't really swear on this channel, but this is one of the few times where I think that swearing is warranted. Alright, at least we slowed down to 40. But way too early. Still got 2 kilometers to go, 40 kilometers now. Actually pretty impressive. Oh, whoa. Okay. Right. And now, Mr. Impatient behind me is going to have to wait for me to shove myself into the siding. Lol. Yeah. Koblenz. How far have we gotten into the yard? Yep, the back part of our train is still on the main line. Okay, we're off the track. What is the length of our train anyway? I don't even know. Almost 400 meters. Got many static stocks lying around. Not too much, honestly. Yeah, we are going the entire length of the yard, though. Oh, goodness. Shut it down. 900 meters to go. I suspect, yeah, Mr. Impatient behind me heading to Ludwigshafen, he's probably going to overtake me. But I don't care, really. As long as I get to my destination. See him yet? No. Getting shunted over again. Yeah, here comes the Koblenz to Ludwigshafen. Yeah, it's a 111 with Silberlingers. Okay, 550 meters to go. .400 meters to go. Let's put the local brake into hold mode. Yeah, the 111 is still catching. I couldn't care less, really. Yeah, there goes the 111. Nice. There we go. There we go. No medal, which is odd, but yeah, we still got a ton of points. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.